a buddy from high school that texted me, and he calls me, texts me, and then I was like, "Hey, I'm at Saturday Night Live, and we're taping." And he goes, "All right, just call me after." And then that was it. Just like, all right, no, like even acknowledge that I'm hosting Saturday. Just
Really?
all right, well, just call me after. Yeah, just call me right after. All right, yeah, I'll be done.
I'm on SpaceX. We're just gonna go one loop around the world. Okay, call
At
me when you get
1:01
back.
a.m. He's like, dude, I saw you're over. You know what I hate though, Dana? Other than you're boring, I
Your
hate that,
wings.
no, I like that. I can't stand when I'm under a light and it flickers, and I don't like the people that don't notice it, like a fluorescent light that goes. Bzz, 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 bzz. It's like a strobe light.
No,
and
I
go,
hate that. Hate that.
Can we not sit under this light? And they're like, what light? I've worked here for 26 years. What light? And I go, you don't know this is flicking in your eyes? And they're like,
Bzz, 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 bzz. Yeah, your nightmare is blasted cold air that you can't control.
I hate that.
A light that's going on and off and kind of swinging. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Is there a third thing that would complete the nightmare?
I'm such a colossal pussy that the list is longer than a CVS receipt. The things that I can't handle. I was just on the road. Obviously, we talk about this. I was in Florida, by the way, where I don't know if you heard the news. It's going to be a whopper heading that way.
Oh man,
and I was worried about them. Worried about me a little bit. TBH, but
when
I started.
Okay,
I went last week, so I just got back. So today's Friday. So Friday tonight, I have Denver.
Tonight you're recording your
2 shows
special
in
in Denver.
Yeah,
Tonight.
My ambiguous special, and tomorrow Kansas City.
Is that the name of the special? My ambiguous special? That's not bad.
That's not bad. It's also, I could call it tomorrow night, Kansas City.
then tomorrow, or it's tomorrow, Saturday, it's Kansas City.
Yes, there we go.
So it's not enough to shoot a special and kind of have a cocktail and relax for a day. They got you right back on the road.
That's a funny thing because we just picked a city on the road. Denver has been good to me over the years because I used to go to the comedy club there and all this. And so it's a good comedy town. And so we thought,
Denver's
let's do
great.
a special there.
Yeah.
We just tacked on another show, Paramount Theater. I think you could still get in because we want to pack it up juicily. And then Kansas, which will be fun. And then I got Atlantic City in a couple weeks at the Ocean City Resort. But I'm not, the tour is kind of over. Now I'm just going to go have fun with some gigs and some casinos.
And can we say now, or is it not known when this special, we know it's being shot tonight. When will it be released?
It won't be out till Q1 2020.
Okay, so you have a sweet dandy 8-10 week window to repeat these jokes until you get booed summarily off the stage. Fuck you, Spade, write a new joke.
No, I'm going to give everyone a warning. I'm going to give a statement to the world. I am sort of old school. We talk about this in the show a lot. Do you write new jokes when you're doing a new hour, or do you do the same? Obviously, people like to write new jokes. And oh shit, this is a good one. I'll give my speech because I think we got a guest. How do we do this guest? Did he? Okay, I'll tell him to zoom in. I'll say click the button, I guess. Click the button. I guess.
Nate Bargatze,
let us know when he gets on if he does, and then we'll jump on. But people do a whole new hour. But sometimes I feel like it's watered down when I watch some random comedians. An hour once a year is too tough.
David Tell.
I like greatest hits.
I think a 45-minute. Why does it have to be an hour? That's because television commercials or something. I mean, David Tell, his actual stand-up was like 36 minutes, and he played the flute or something. Yeah. We know as stand-ups that you can go to 40, maybe 45, but there's going to be a low, and then you have to re-up it for the finish, unless you don't have that problem.
You see a concert, and you go, they open big, and then they go, and then there's a while you're going to get a hot dog, you come back, and and then you go, oh, here's one I like, and then at the end they close a start. That's kind of like anything, So you have to fill an hour to go on the road, and there's some jokes I like so much. I don't care. I can get rid of half of them, but I like to churn out new ones, but I like to have a few tentpoles in there that I like, that fans like. And so sometimes I'll keep those around.
Well, good bits. You want to hear them more than once, really. if it's a good story and you're just getting more into it every time you hear it. You know, like Carlin albums back in the day, or Steve Martin. I wouldn't hear Wild and Crazy Guy and go, done that, you know.
Repeatable. I want to see, when I see comics and show my friends, I want to hear the bits that I liked. And if they don't do them, I go, oh, I wanted you to hear this one, blah, blah. Anyway, we'll see if our mystery guest knows how to operate his phone. Is he on? You'll let us know when he comes on.
Is he driving?
He just said I can jump on whenever. And I said, okay, click the button of the thing that I copied and pasted to you. I guess it's a invite.
This is like, let's call him. I don't know if we're going to use the first part of this, but it's a secret guest. A secret guest is coming on.
Secret guest that doesn't know how to use this. Okay, so we'll just keep going. But I'm excited for this weekend. Florida was fun practice. Good crowd. So here's what I did, Dana. I go all the way to like Palm Beach, you know.
Direct nonstop.
And it's already getting, I flew nonstop to Lauderdale and drove up.
Oh, and then drove down. Yeah. Got it.
Then, this was a bit of a beating on the driving. Then, it's super humid. I wanted to golf, but I had no one there to golf with. And it's the storms are coming. We already have storms in Florida pre-hurricane. So I'm already in that. Drive 4 hours to, what was it called, Heather? Fort Myers? Yeah.
Fort Myers, where my brother lives 10 minutes from there in Punta Gorda. And there's been tornadoes all around him just as we.
Oh, just now.
Just now.
As we speak.
And he doesn't have a cellar. He doesn't have a cellar. But he's all boarded up.
Oh, a cellar. Because he's not in Kansas. He's in Florida.
You can only get a license for a cellar in Kansas. And you have to have a little dog and red shoes. And you have to pound on it with 1 foot. It's just the regulatory thing. Did you get that? Okay.
No, I got it. It took me a second. Well, Fort Myers is where the storm's that's ground zero. They're going to whomp it right there. And they were nervous. And I also lost my coat. Poor me.
How do you lose a coat?
It's such a story. It's so dramatic.
Lose
the highs,
a coat.
The lows. I didn't know where I put it. And it's so cold fucking everywhere because everywhere's so hot. You're inside.
Oh, yeah.
I have a cool... Yeah, I always have a coat on because it's just a light one.
Freezing.
Couldn't find it. Thought I was in the booth at this restaurant, and sometimes it slides down because I don't know. You know, it was a small, cool Italian restaurant. But when you take pictures with the chef and the staff, you have to scoot over in the booth. They sit in the booth with you. They go, "Hi, thank you for coming. We take a pic." I go, "Okay." Do you want to go up front? And then they just sit with me. They go, "No, scoot your fat ass over." In here. So
over.
Yeah. And
we
then
get many clicks. Girls like it when we clicky click.
Oh, no. Wait, we're being interrupted. Hey, Nate Bargatze.
Nate Bargatze. We were trying to figure out your heritage because I always go into an Italian accent if I say your name. Yeah, Nate Bargatze's coming on. Or is it Romanian or?
No, it's Italian.
Yeah. Somalian?
Oh, okay.
Italian? Yeah.
So anyway, Nate and I,
Somalian.
Nate and I saw each other a few nights ago after Saturday Night Live, and we were sitting with Jim Gaffigan, Lorne Michaels, Nate and I. It was pretty cool, and it was like 4:30 when we kind of said, "I gotta go," or something. It was really because Lorne is a night owl.
It happens so quick, like it's just you don't realize what's going on, and then it's. You know, because you don't get done till 1, and then by the time you even get anywhere, it's 2.
It's a time warp. You're back there high-fiving everyone going, because we have to tell the crowd that Nate hosted again. And so he's back there getting his accolades and high-five and going, tell me in different words how good I was. Just throw a few different adjectives. I've heard those. And then they go, Nate, your limo. As they still do that, Dana, you go down, and there's a bunch of cars waiting. Then they go, okay, we got Nate. Where's Nate's car? Boom, take him to the party.
All these SUVs. I just want to officially say before we go further is congratulations because the second time hosting has its own sense of, whatever's, maybe one trick pony or whatever. And that was a great show. Your monologue crushed it. I saw you did a bit longer at the dress, hunked it down. Washington was great again, and that was. I was like, when I saw that, it goes, the other one was so fucking amazing. I was like, how are they going to follow it? But they did. So anyway, how are you feeling? Enough about me.
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, the same way. I felt good. I felt the same thing about Washington. When we first started talking to him about doing it, I was like, I was like, I don't know.
How do you
Like,
top it?
it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But when we did it, when we read the table read, and then when we were like talking to, I kind of got it. Like, it was like, all right, like it's just it's a fun thing to reoccur.
You refill
like,
the jokes, kind of, right?
Yeah, and you're not even really trying to top it. You're just kind of being, I was, as like, I think it just was like, we don't need to drag it out. We don't need to do anything. And they knew Streer and Mikey. I mean, they knew what to do. And just to, you're not trying to top it. It's a fun thing to play. It's a very funny thing to do. And you just go like, yeah, we're just going to do it again because you liked it the first time.
They know the setup. They're halfway there. So they just say, here's me doing this. Now here come the jokes and they're ready. That's always a good place to be. You don't have to spend the first 2 minutes explaining the sketch, which sometimes happens.
And it looked kind of cool, standing in a boat and everything. It's a cool thing to look at.
You did a lot of movement, Nate. It's
you're
funny
because
these are the minor things I looked at when I saw it. You start, and I think if you're a host that hasn't done tons of acting, it's hard even when you've done a ton. But to move around and look at cards is kind of tricky. And you're walking between people. Is there any trickiness to that, or am I crazy?
No, yeah. I mean, because you're having to switch the cards. So, they're obviously, this is the best to do it. Yeah. Saturday Night Live. But you're having to switch the cue cards, and then you're going. And then sometimes you're like, some of the pausing, weirdly enough, can be just because you're in between a card. And you just like, and everybody's like, man, that timing was great. You're like, well, I just couldn't find where I was.
Here's a question. On the card, does it say turn?
Yes, they wrote everything down for me. So I'm colorblind, and so I have trouble with the black and green and brown. Like they can all kind of see this.
Those are all the colors. Yep.
Those are the colors. So it was
red, blue, indigo, violet.
What was your color? Because I'm red. What was your actual color? Did they tell you?
Black.
Oh, the host is black. Yeah. Fucking Biden's red. That's a scoop.
I was red in the 80s. Let's go back. I just been red every time I show up. I have no idea.
Were you red when you go to? Were you always red on?
I don't play. It pops. Come on, the secrets of the trade.
I was green.
But
what a loser! That's the worst color. Nate would have never seen mine.
I don't know. And just
I would have read yours.
You just read everyone's lines.
Yeah.
How do they differentiate?
That's what I did with it. Was during. It wasn't on a tape. But it was during either the run-throughs. It was like the run-throughs. I was reading Heidi's. Like the last time I did it, I was reading one part. I read Mind and Heidi, and I thought the whole card was. I was like, man, this whole card's me. I guess. I go, how much time?
I have more respect now because you're the first colorblind host, and it brings issues. And I didn't know
it's hard, Dana, because you're going like this. George
I see
Washington,
red.
I think we should have a dozen donuts. Then you go. It says that way, and you go. 3 steps. Sorry, Mikey. Excuse me. John. Then you go, this pause right here is where you're in no man's land. You're like, I just jumped from safety of knowing what I'm doing. Free fall.
Oh,
card.
Yeah.
And it better fucking be there. You're like, I will not know what I do if I don't find a card when I land here. Okay.
It really works. It just really works.
It's hard to do.
So, because the Washington, the way you play the character, he's so lo-fi and he's not pushing these ideas. The jokes are just laid out and it's seductive. It's just fun to listen to. So I'm thinking for you, you've done the monologue, Washington kills, it's great. And then what was your third one? Was the slide or the guy?
The monologue, Washington's Dream, the golf thing.
Oh, the golf thing, which was a free tape and just great. Talk to that.
Yeah, that's been, we shot it at Van Cortlandt, which is, it might be the oldest public course in America. It was like 1895. And we blocked the hole off, which apparently they were pretty upset.
Sure.
The usual, the people that teed off in the morning, but,
they play that Go Ranch every day. Yeah. That one made me laugh because I'm a golfer. And so, also, the easiness of you didn't have to do much and it was a big score because it's like set up, joke, something else, joke. And
Yeah.
and it was working. It wasn't
Well,
not working. So fun to watch.
It's musical. It's like quiet, quiet, quiet. The swing, whack, the crowd,
Problem.
and then the golfer dealing with it. It was just you were perfect for that part. I mean, it's just great. Because golfers.
Yeah, that one was fun.
Yeah.
That was like, that was one that was like when we were out there, you were like, oh, this is gonna because it's like anything, you read it, and then once you get out there, and you're like, oh, they have people standing there that are fans of the golf tournament, and then you start seeing everything, and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna look really good and be like really funny,
cool. Yeah.
And escalating it with a turtle.
What
and
day
the whole
is that?
Friday. It's 6:45. Friday was long. Like it was like I got picked up at 6:45 and I didn't get back till like midnight.
Oh fuck!
Because then you got the show. Yeah.
I thought Monday's a meeting. Did they ever shoot anything, Dana? Maybe on because it's the slowest day for the host is Monday, and even Tuesday they're just supposed to walk around with the writers, but the writers aren't doing jack shit till 10 p.m.
And the read through is kind of a grind for the host. You're reading so much stuff. A lot of it you're not familiar.
Yeah, hey, Grad, this one was busier than the last time. Like Monday was not bad, but then I went and ran the monologue Monday and Tuesday, and that was really all I could do because it was just.
You went down there and ran it?
So late. I went to the cellar and ran it. You can go run. You can do the cellar has so many rooms now, so you can just go down there and pop on.
You can stand on the roof and do 5.
Where is this cellar? Because I'm in New York right now. Where is it?
Oh yeah, why don't you go down, Dana, and do your fucking crummy jokes?
McDougal in 3rd. Yeah.
I know I could look it up. But there's a mothership and there are satellite cellars, or is it just one cellar in New York Comedy Club?
They're connected.
No, there's they're around the corner.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the Village Underground.
All right.
And then they have 3 rooms in there. The Village Underground's a great room. It's big. And then the Comedy Cellar, which is on 3rd, I think, and then it's downstairs, and that's the original Comedy Cellar.
So
there's 1, 2, 3, 4 shows.
Yeah, Dana, you can go in there and just bop around, and just if you call ahead, you can just jump in and out.
Well, I keep thinking this will be more work, but I'm really just doing Biden, and it's usually like a cameo of silliness, and so. I was thinking, I did do a benefit for Jim Gaffigan. A lot of the young people were there, Marcello, and on Monday night, and that was just kind of fun getting on stage. But so I wanted, so the monologue.
No, I said Nate turned that down. I fucked that up. God damn.
I love
Dana will do
it. We had James Austin Johnson.
I saw
all those guys.
I saw Nate. Last week, Nate, I ran into you in Las Vegas when I was doing that Nikki Glazer Venetian, and you were over to win. Were you doing a private, or were you just
No, that visiting.
You were just visiting, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was Skankfest, and so I went over there. Was that what it's called?
Yeah,
the Skankfest. So I went over there, and then it's funny because we had a whole fun lunch. I don't think we ever mentioned SNL. I didn't remember.
No, you don't care about.
No, I didn't.
You don't care about.
I didn't have your.
You're not impressed. Dave is not. Yeah, he's not impressed.
No, I said, Alex. We have the same manager. I go, Alex, you got to brief me if Nate's doing something because he wants me to talk about it, and I don't. He kept going. Anything else?
Just bring it out.
I go, no.
What you should have
said. Hey, I'm doing
Saturday.
Yeah. Well, then I was like, oh shit, but I have nothing to say other than you'll do a good job, but. That was fun lunch. That was a fun lunch because I went back to the cabana, which was dog shit. It was boiling, and I paid for it like what's something. Anyway, I can't even get into it. I don't get too mad about it. But I feel like you should split it with me because I saw you that day.
I said you could have hung out at our pool, but
Nate's. I can't say, but Nate is dialed in at the win. He's just dialed in. So, like.
Well, I asked you about all that stuff. You said you had a host and all that at one point, and then
is that what is that the room you play in Vegas, Nate? The Win, or is that just
Win,
where do you play in Vegas?
I play at the Win. So
wow.
I've been going there now for a few years, and so I'll be there a lot in January. So it's easy for me there just because that's the main place.
Win's great anyway. I mean, I'm doing the Venetian, and I used to do the Palazzo, so. It's basically the same one. I'm not lying when I say I think it's the biggest chunk of hotel in the world because it's 2 monster hotels and it's like 40 acres. It seems like, I mean, wherever you go, it's 10,000 steps. I'm like, I'm going to Sushi Samba. You're like, Dana, getting strong now because you don't even know where you are and you're in a fake outside where you see the sky and you're like, is this fake? I can't tell. They have cloud seating inside on the fake sky. And that's all.
No, I love it.
It's funny.
Yeah, getting out of the MGM Grand, man, that's a tractor pull. And they don't want you to
MGM
leave.
is even sicker.
And the rooms they give a headliner in these giant hotels, it's kind of embarrassing and awkward and a little bit scary. You can run laps around them. There's mirrors everywhere. I don't know. They're just too big.
Yeah, you know, when they say, I get text people, hey, you know, like more like friends of friends, not like direct friends, but they go, hey, you're coming to Kansas City, so how do we get tickets? Well,
I get
or
that's
hey,
a
how do we get
soft
tickets?
ask.
And can I just buy them off you? Well, so you give me your Visa, and then I go buy them, and then I rack the little Visa thing, and then I call you. I don't know. No, I said it's probably easier if you just.
What about this? Like I was playing a casino in Oroville, California, and I told people in the Bay Area and my sister, who I'm really close with, I said, just don't come. Please don't come. Just don't come. I mean, don't worry. You're not going to miss
anything. What a horrible person.
No,
you're not going to miss anything.
It's because.
Are you doing the same stuff? I go, well, don't come.
Well,
no,
I didn't
I'll
say
grind
that once.
It out.
And there was a 40. It was in my hometown, basically. There were 45 people backstage. It was always, Bill Slicklow, and you remember Bobby Foplop, and it was, I don't know. I just want to do the show and go home. Anyway, but that part.
Everyone's having more fun than you.
Well, let's hear it.
Yeah, Saturday night, I had a buddy from high school that texted me, and he calls me, texts me. And then I was like, hey, I'm at Saturday Night Live and we're taping. And he goes, all right, just call me after. And then that was it. Just like, all right, no, like even acknowledge that I'm hosting Saturday. Just,
really?
All right, well, just call me after. Yeah, he just call me right after. All right, yeah, I'll be done.
I'm on SpaceX. We're just going to go one loop around the world. Okay, call me when you get back.
1:01 a.m. He's like, dude, I saw you're over. Call me. What's up? Where you been?
Yeah, where have you been?
Because of texting, did you get reviews at 8:30? Sorry, at 8 at during the show because it's on what's live on the East Coast. But I get reviews from the West Coast while the show's going because they're watching it live out there at 8:30.
Yeah, you try not to look at your phone, but you always end up having like around update and Coldplay. Like, you have a moment, and you kind of can just see it. I had a big day so I'm a Vanderbilt fan. Vanderbilt beat Alabama in college football. So as a big Vanderbilt fan, they were number one in the country. It's the biggest win we've ever had in all of our sports.
Wow.
So, I mean, I got text about that more than even,
more than your goofy gig on SNL.
Yeah. I mean, it was just all day was, then people were just like, you better say something on Saturday Night. Like the pressure I was getting. You better acknowledge it, like just and you're
we're
like,
lucky we got our guy there tonight, so you can get the word out.
At least wear a T-shirt during the good nights, man.
Fuck, silence is violence.
Did you have a Vanderbilt T-shirt on?
No, I had. I wore a jacket that was like that had the hurricane. All the states that were getting hit by the hurricane, just like being with them.
Yeah,
but
where do they sell that?
They don't.
That's my brother's
By the way,
in
the
one
first
right now.
hurricane, the Asheville and that whole area, all the heat is taken off of that now, and that should be talked about for another year.
Yeah,
it switches right over to. I don't know, it's getting too sad. But yeah. Anyway, Nate, we'll let you go. But what else, Nate? Anything else you want to tell us about yourself that's going well, other than your life is all green lights?
What are you doing now? Are you just on tour again? Is it completely?
We're actually in Florida. We're in like kind of Panama City, Destin, but I mean they're not. it's where Florida's getting hit is farther down, and
out of the
it's
vortex.
the fall break, so it's like kids are out of school
Okay.
this week and all that.
Are you
kind
with
of
the
stuff.
kids?
Yeah. One Harper, and then our neighbors and friends, and like so we're just down here doing that stuff, and then I won't go back on. I'm kind of done. I mean, I'll do Vegas in January, and some clubs to get ready for the tour. But then the tour will start. Our big thing is the Christmas special that we have coming up.
Okay.
That's doing with Lauren. That
It's with
Broadway
Lauren?
Video's producing it.
And
what
it's
is it?
Nate Bargatze's Christmas special, like old fashioned on NBC and stuff.
Like old fashioned.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's on CBS actually.
CBS.
Really? We're all friendly.
You're working in all quadrants.
All the networks, we all get along.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's a whole other kind of level, at least for my generation, of having a primetime Christmas special. It's kind of hip.
I mean, it's like kind of that old school. It's probably it's a lot like SNL, obviously, like because it's Mikey and Streeter writing it with me. And
Oh, really? Do you have any magic on it?
My dad's going to do some stuff on it.
Oh, yeah.
Then,
That's right. Your dad. Yeah.
We have a lot of some sketches, and we have some musical acts, and like we have all stuff kind of planned out for it. We're going to shoot it in November at the Grand Ole Opry, and then it'll air.
Oh, how fun.
Like mid-December.
Wow. And will you sing a Christmas song solo?
With Carrie Underwood.
Will you sing White Christmas by yourself? No?
No.
Okay.
I can't imagine. But I always don't think I'll sing at SNL. Then they always talk, no, I can't sing. But they always end up, I feel like every time at SNL, I'm like, I don't want to sing. And they're like, yeah, we know you don't want to sing, but here's a song that we have you. Right? You're just like, all right, I guess I'm singing. So.
Well, anyone can sing. That's the way to do it. I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just kind of half melody. But
yeah, this time around was definitely, it was, doing it now, you're able to go in and like, it's like really talk about the sketches. And I think you just kind of, you're a little more familiar. I was more familiar with the writers and everybody. And so you kind of, it's not like you're still taking it all in, but it's definitely it's more welcoming, obviously
there's no substitute for the second time.
Yeah.
No substitute. Yeah. It's just because there's
You
so
mean
much
for the
input.
first time?
Well, the first time there's so many inputs and you're trying to figure out where you are. And then, this is this day. I'm doing exactly what I should be doing right now. So then you kind of get a sense of the flow. But it was a great,
I wish they'd
just a great
front load
show.
it more.
Yeah.
I wish they'd front load Monday so the host could knock something out. Because like if you could do that golf thing on Monday or Tuesday, then you can pace it because you don't need to be stressed and tired, especially the end of the week. You're like, fuck, we haven't even gotten to Saturday where you rehearse all day. There's no stops.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was, it's how quick they shoot too, which is so great. I mean, I think I'll be ruined. Like when you go to do a movie, you go do
a real
something
thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That you're like, how are we not done? Like, I mean, they just grab stuff and just go, and it makes it so much better. The one we had the last sketch we did was this Coach Allen, and we had to kind of speed it up because but I mean, it's crazy to be you're like looking at someone's phone and it's like, 12:56 and you're like, and we're still going to do this sketch and good night. Like
I was surprised.
I mean, you're standing there, you're like, I don't know how this is going to work, and then you're like, I guess he's going over. I don't know if he's going over or what it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, we had to kind of speed it up because it was after the Andy Samberg thing, but it was, so it would have been, fun to have it be slower, but man, I was like, I mean, you're standing behind it and it's 12:56 or something. And you're like, I don't know how.
And
you still got to do good nights.
We never had phones
and all that.
We never saw a clock.
By the way, Gina, who's the stage manager, she's the one who does, and it's a little bit adrenalizing. Cast for Washington to the stage. And during the dress show, they announced that a sketch was cut. I can't remember. Pygmy Monkey is now cut. Pygmy Monkey is now cut.
Oh, you hear it in the hallways. It's sad. You're dressed like a monkey.
Yeah, a pink monkey.
He's got a full. Yeah,
he's in it. He has to slowly take
You're
his hat.
waddling out.
Yeah,
The shoulders go down,
and then he just turns with the waddle. He keeps the waddle, but he just does a big U. But shout out!
That's what a sketch should be. Just that, just showing someone's sketch get cut
and watching them peel the hair off the back and makeup.
Families in the bleachers, and then a waddling U.
Wait, where's the monkey sketch? It's almost one.
The pink monkey. He's got a catchphrase already.
That's why I was glad we got like that waterside sketch. Yeah. I think they've tried to get on before.
Yes.
And it didn't work. And so like it's fun to get some on that you're like they wanted to get on.
Yeah.
And they just haven't, because that's a tough one because you got to be nice. I mean, someone's dying in it. So someone died in it. So
well, the Michael Longfellow wrote it, I believe, and was your co-star. And I met him backstage. He was a little.
The idea of it was the funniest idea.
Yeah, and the way you deliver, you kept that. Well, and it was her idea. That writing, that slow build of like, it was her idea. It just was. It was
they seem
really
to write good for you.
A very smart premise.
Yeah,
like a.
It's great.
Yeah, they do great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's let Nate go, and then we got a whole show. We got a whole great show, Nate. This is just, I don't even know if we'll use this part, but it was great that you came on.
Lauren's coming on next to critique you. Well, I give it an A.
No, I was going to say the opposite of everything. He goes, who is he?
Welcome back to Superfly.
Yeah, Nate was fun, and that was a good time.
It was great to see him smile. You could just tell he's still in a little bit of a cool vibe landing that show the second time. It's just
it's good. His energy went from a 1 to a 2, which I've never seen it shoot up like that.
Yeah, but he was really relaxed.
I'm low energy too. I think that's why Nate and I get along. We're both kind of low fi energy. Well,
but, that's why I say you're not dancing for your donuts out there like I am. I call it dancing for your donuts. Not gonna do it. Come on. I could just quickly say, because people have asked me for the headlines, like about the Biden impression, and as you know, I've done it, and I've figured out what it is because I'm evolving it on Saturday Night Live. I've done clips that went viral as doing Biden. The reason I did it is because he's the president of the United States, and I wanted to do it respectfully. And the main thing is to keep it funny, And so I started to extrapolate a character, and now it's continued on Saturday Night Live, especially this last one. One, of course, the ice cream cone was not planned. I just had one I asked the prop master to give me an ice cream just to hold for the dress show. And then the air show, she gave me much bigger, and I didn't ask her. But it was like a triple vanilla. And then live, I was kind of gesturing. I thought, here's ice cream, big gob. Here's Maya's face. And I didn't want to hurt her, but I just, I thought of it and did it within 2 seconds. So that's to put to rest all the rumors and all the talk.
Yeah, everyone's been freaking out about this. But you also had a big glob on your mouth the whole time, which is fun.
That I didn't know. But I would just say for now where the character's going, because it seems like the audience is into the extrapolation and the character, it is basically, these are old references, but Mr. Magoo and Tim Conway had a baby.
Yeah.
And that's President.
Had a baby 100 years ago.
And that's President Biden. So that's all I wanted to say to
it's funny. Well, Dana, when we do it on the show or this show, whatever it's called, podcast, and we put the clips out, the clips always did well, but we got some flack for it because I guess, Trump was an impression that they had seen a lot, but no one had really seen a good Biden. And some people didn't like just joking about Biden, but it turns out it's okay to joke about everyone.
Well, because we all sort of saw it slowly here and there and maybe didn't want to see it. And it was a hot oven because of he's the president and he's running for re-election against Trump. It was much more of that kind of political energy around it. Now he's past it, and I think it's playful and fun. If he ever wanted to come on the show and do a little soft, guess what?
Yeah.
And by the way, I would do it with him. But the main thing is it's making me laugh, and I'm definitely doing stuff that he doesn't do. He doesn't smash ice creams into faces. You know, he doesn't say, I can't believe it's not butter. You know, I'm doing what I did to the first Bush, you know, gotta do it. That's all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a comedy's exaggeration. You get like a germ of something funny. You get a couple mannerisms, run with them. That's what everyone does. That's the way to do it.
With impressions, if you can extrapolate it and make it as much a character as it is an impression, and then you can kind of add anything and do anything. So,
well, it gets cartoony where it's. I mean, I don't see it as offensive. I see it as just a funny person now.
It's a funny person because he comes in
harmless.
He's looking at Maya. I'm looking at Maya. Oh, you're not here. Yeah. I'll come back later. You know, I mean, that's just ridiculous, you know.
You could do a soft shoe and do a little song with just the catchphrases.
Yeah, just the catch.
I think that would be kind of funny. And then he does,
by the way,
tap.
No joke. No joke. Guess what? And by the way, let me be clear. Let me be clear. You know, it's just,
And then at the end you go, all right, I'd like to do a song for you. Oh, did I just do it?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, anything goes with it now because it's more silly. It is like Mr. Magoo who's wandering around construction sites. So anyway, there you go.
All right. Let's get to the unfunny stuff. Here we go.
Let's get to our headlines, man. These are
headlines.
Backed
Lots of
by
shit
popular demand.
Everyone's freaking out. We have things we look at and we just do jokes about them or comment. Sometimes they're friendly. Yeah. Sometimes they're goofy.
Here we go.
Have you ever heard of a place? Oh, I like this story. Listen to this.
Home and tomorrow, I feel like I just won't care anymore.
We
went to dinner here tonight in Dallas, and I'm not going to say the name of it because the food was exceptional. But when we got the bill, normally I don't look at bills. I'm just like, yep, sounds good. Here's my card. Yep. I in my head knew that we only got like $150 worth of food. The food was great. So how did we get to $530? Let me tell you. And I need I'm doing this because I just need justification.
I like this. This is interesting to me.
If this is normal. Haley and I got Lalo Blanco skinny spicy margaritas, right? $14 plus prep, $3. And I was like, what's prep? And he was like, oh, it's the shaking of the margarita.
Okay, 31. 31.
The shaking.
$3 to shake the margarita.
Wow.
So our Lalo Blanco margaritas are $17. That's fine, right? Just put $17. Don't put prep. So then we go further down. Fortaleza Blanco, $32. Okay, great. It's fine.
Great.
$32.
Cool.
The prep for that specific one was $13.
They charging them to cook it?
To shake.
Or to shake it?
To shake a drink, yeah.
Then Casa Dragones Blanco. 3 of them.
Don't charge them by the letter.
$28. Her prep was $15.
$15 to shake a canister?
$22. $75 drink. $75 drink. Oh, what? Pretty bad, right? So yeah.
I like how she thought we were talking. Isn't that crazy, Dana?
I thought that was
so $3 shaking a martini,
$15.
$15.
A $75 drink. She said
that's the drink. One of the drinks got up to $75 because all the horse shit.
And all the
we poured it. Well, we shook it.
Yeah.
Well, we put ice in it. That's $12. I mean, she says her point was just say it's $75. But don't say it's 14, then add 28, then add this.
I was at a restaurant once, not even that fancy, and it was at a casino, and it was $155 for a piece of fish, and they had a $75. But I don't know about the prep thing. Like, how much is the pizza? $3. But I put it in the oven, so that's a $50 fee for me cooking, prepping.
Right. That sounds like not saying a scam. She didn't rat out the restaurant. But I did think, is that something going on out there? That kind of threw me like, oh boy, because I had a restaurant here in LA that was, you're already going to pay way too much, but a steakhouse and the bread and butter was $15. I go, can I get some bread? Yeah. They don't tell you. It's $15. Bread was fucking great though. And then steaks, do you want our house A1, whatever, sure. I'll take the butter corn and the ayatocha, whatever. So it's $7 for each steak sauce.
There's inflation's here to stay on some level.
I mean, my God.
I do
get ya.
I do room service, which is just at any hotel in Manhattan.
Yeah.
I'm not staying at the Ritz, but it's nice.
The worst.
I would say a Cobb salad with over fees, and I want to tip a little bit, $150.
Shut the fuck up.
That's what I said to myself when I signed the thing.
Even me, I'm like, no, because I was going to say breakfast could probably get to 100 somehow if you have eggs, avocado, bacon.
Today they just said we have no hot food, so I just got avocado toast. We have no hot.
Why?
We have no hot food right now. There is no hot food.
Why do you want it?
I don't know what accent this is, so I don't want to get any letters. But it's just a general foreign person accent. There's no hot food. You still want to order? Well, what do you have that's cold?
I called down.
Yeah.
I just want cold food. Cereal? I called down and the guy, I think I probably told you this, but I'll tell you again. And that guy goes, I'm kind of watching TV and I call for breakfast. Pretty nice hotel. They usually go, this is room service, Mr. Spade. What can we do for you? He goes, yo. And I go like this. Hello? Like, who am I talking to? And he goes, yo, what's up? I go, is this room service? He goes, yo, yeah. What you want? I go, oh, this is in real time. Maybe scrambled eggs. Slow down. Okay. I wait, and then I go, he goes, okay, go ahead. And I go, bacon, hold up. Am I throwing curveballs at this guy? I'm like, these are the two top 5 answers on the board. Bacon, eggs. And then I go, wait. And then he goes, go ahead. I go, avocado. He goes, what's that? And I go, forget that. That's so far left field. I just go that, and maybe, I think I tried to say croissant. I skipped it, went right to toast. And then he takes about 5 minutes and he goes, I hear. And he goes, okay, so eggs, bacon. Yes, 3 things. All right. Like, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
You ever order something? Again, these are just road stuff. You order and they go, okay, that will probably be an hour and a half. Well, why didn't you tell me that? I got a show in 35 minutes, cha-cha. Can I tell you a real story? Like, it's only take 90 seconds.
Yes.
So I walked to Whole Foods last night. I'm tired of hotel food. I get all my stuff. I get milk. I did get a beer. And I came back here and I came up to the room. Key didn't work. So it's a Whole Foods bag, groceries in it, dark hallway, housekeeper's gone, no one anywhere. I left it by the door and I was back in 3 minutes. They were fast with a new key. The bag was gone.
No.
The bag is gone, but there's no garbage in it. It's just a salad, a kind of a quart of milk and stuff. So I called and then I said, I told the story to the woman on the phone and she goes, oh no, well, I'll call security. So no, they never called me back. And then this woman my friend did, who's a maid, who I talk to her every day when I want stuff. She's really cool. She said, she's broken English. She goes, some new people check in down there a minute ago.
Oh, she's pinning it on someone else.
She was I couldn't hear if she just meant people were checking in, but there's no way she took it. So anyway.
People are stealing.
I went back today and I didn't leave it by the door. So happy ending. By the way, Jim Gaffigan is texting me.
What does he want?
During this? He wants to know if we're due at the table read.
What's today? Oh, it's Wednesday. Oh.
Well.
It's whatever day.
The table read sometimes is on Friday.
Whatever day we're lying that it is. Yeah. Yeah. This is a pre-recording.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
By the way, feel free to text him during the fucking podcast.
Well, we can cut this out. Doing podcasts.
Heather, did you need a pen? Is that what you're looking for? I got it. Jeez.
Doing podcasts with Spade. I could ask him.
Coming on soon,
do you want to zoom on?
No, we'll get him next week. I want to hear about his.
No, his waltz is hysterical. So anyway.
Okay, so now the mystery. Was it a bag of new food?
Yeah.
I would think housekeeping would have taken it because they can't let stuff sit out there.
Usually, if I put leftover stuff out there, it sits for a long time. But it was in a brand new bag. You look down, usually it's like leftover bottles or debris or something, but it was all tidy and clean, and everything was enclosed. And It's a mystery, but it's New York City. You got to watch your back. Even
I crack that door, with the thing in it, so it goes gish, gish, gish. But I do that so if I ordered something, like, it's easier for them to go, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I go for a walk. I don't have my key. I just walk on the hallway or something. Security comes up. Hey, your door's open. They knock. Your door's open. I go, yeah, I know. So what are we gonna do about that? I go, they go, we'll close it so you'll be safe. I go, I don't want it closed. I don't care. Well, all right, let me talk to my boss.
Well, I had security.
So serious?
Security once because I was playing Vegas and I just didn't need room. I didn't need maid service. Something to go. So the Goomba guy from security calls. Say the security. What are you doing up there? That was the quote. What are you doing up there right now? What are you doing up there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't need maid service. I had towels. I tried, Yeah. What are you doing up there, man? What are you trying to do?
We don't like it.
Yeah, no, we don't like it down
Trying
here.
to pull some bullshit.
Yeah.
We like when the maid comes in and checks it out.
Yeah. What are you doing up there, man? I go.
What do you think you're doing?
Yeah. What do you think you're doing?
What do you think you're doing?
Where'd you come from?
Let me rephrase this. What do you think you're doing?
Yeah. He says, what do you think you're doing? I said, I don't know. And then he leans in and goes, what are you doing? Where'd you come from?
Between me and yous.
And I know I had to say this, but I just want to tell you, we here at the Tropicana really enjoy you enjoying our service, and we thank you for using our hotel. And now, go fuck yourself.
We're gonna come up there and beat the fuck out of you.
Okay.
I like the Tropicana of all hotels.
This is from Gaff again. We can cut it out. I said, I'm doing the podcast with Spade. Please tell him he is gay. It was so polite. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just...
Why are we outing me on this show?
That's a comedian being a comedian right there.
No, that's a class. Okay, so what's next? Next story. This is why we don't get through the stories, because we take so long, but it's funny.
Well, we had a nice interview with
Nate
Bargatze.
Oh, wait. Oh, look at this. Watch this kid. Volume.
Man with baby.
He's saying bye-bye to everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Hear him? Bye-bye.
It's an adorable
Bye-bye.
baby being held by his father at somewhere and doing David Spade's routine.
On an airplane, yeah.
Going bye-bye.
The little baby's
bye-bye,
going, bye-bye, bye-bye,
bye-bye,
bye-bye.
bye-bye. That's
Yeah,
cute.
1,000 people tagged me in that on TikTok. So I was like, oh, he didn't totally get exactly how we did it.
You have the tidiest catchphrase of any comedian. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's just
the tidiest.
You've got the tidiest. Usually it's like, I'm a wild and crazy guy. We are here to pop you up. David's like, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Rob Schneider and David
that,
Spade. Mm-hmm.
After that, we had on Burger King, when you'd leave, it just had a big sticker that said, bye-bye. I was like, oh, I'll take it.
Bye.
That coat I wore in bye-bye, I just saw it. My brother, Andy, who's in fashion, he's like, why don't you get your coat to fit when you do these sketches? That's what he saw.
Mm-hmm.
He said, your sleeves are too long. The jacket's too long. You look like a goddamn fool. I was like, It's funny, though, because he was right. I look at it and he goes, why are your coats so long? Why don't you get anything that fits? I'm like, Andy, I don't want someone from the fashion world always looking at me, because he looks at it through a different prism.
I don't, look, proportionality is a thing. I'm not just making this up.
Proportionality, that's a good name for the special.
Proportionality in terms of leg, torso, shoulders, hips, and anything looks good on him. Now, I'm not saying I'm that guy. I'm not even getting
No, you're not.
near
You are that guy.
That everything just fits.
Dana's got proportionality.
Proportionality is not a bad title.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I like it. Everyone doesn't really know what it means, but they're like, yeah.
You just go right off the rack and it fits perfect. Mm-hmm.
Dude, how about David Spade right off the rack?
That's not
I like
bad.
that one.
Right off the rack. Yeah.
Right off the rack.
Are you going to do any
Rack 'em.
cute wraparounds or backstage stuff? Or you just, ladies and gentlemen?
They don't want that shit.
Mm.
I mean, most people, they literally say, these guys didn't, but comedians say, put your closer around 20 minutes or put a big beefy bit to keep them past 20 because most people bail out by 20.
Totally agree. Couldn't agree more. It's like the metaphor is that the audience, if you go down a little bit, 100 of them leave. If you're maybe not strong, another 200 leave. So the audience is trying to leave when they're watching on Netflix, trying to click away. So you have to really keep them past that 16-minute mark where most people have already lost 90% of their audience. Why not do a 16-minute?
Any of that into account. What this special will be is you'll do it, I'll do it, and I'll do it in my order that I think is the best flow. And then I'll chop it up and I can flip out the editing and flip around bits because they don't really flow certain times when you do them. Like this is too dirty. They're not going to. And then afterwards, all they do is chop it up and put it on TikTok and Instagram. So it's like bits, YouTube, you know. So here's my bit about getting a massage. Here's my bit about going on an airplane, whatever the things are. And then those live in perpetuity also.
Yeah, I mean, I think for almost anyone, the clips are probably more eyeballs than the actual special. But I'm going to say,
really doing a special for clips.
Yeah, and then that stokes up everything. I'm just going to say this with, I don't know if it's irony or anything, but will this special be special?
You're like, real question.
I'm going to get quiet. Will the special be special? And
I'm going to get quiet.
Hey, I got my thumbnail.
I don't know. Oh yeah, you got some solid thumbnails, dude.
No,
thumbnail diaries.
I hate looking at a thumbnail.
Oh shit, we're almost done. Okay, let's do another one. Show me another story. We've only done 2.
I know, but we're past.
Some people tell us to do 3 hours. I go,
like Joe Rogan does. Okay, here we go.
Oh, this is speaking of expensive. Look at this.
We just spent $276 on lunch. Round Swamp Farm makes Erewhon look like the dollar store. But honestly,
Erewhon is a big one in LA.
We're gonna start off with their $56 lobster salad. Is that necessary? Is this like a prank? I feel
competition to see who's the most expensive. In this economy, they're bragging about expensive.
It's low-key delicious, but by no means is it $56 good.
It's got to be the lobster from The Little Mermaid.
One of the most talked about items, their $22 chicken fingers and their $15 Chipotle mayo to go with it.
That's
unless
where you get
importing their Chipotles from Guatemala on a PJ. There's no reason this should be $15.
Private jet, Dana.
This guy's doing
lingo.
He's got a stand-up butt.
The Chipotle mayo, on the other hand, is probably the top 3 Chipotle mayo I've ever had. Next up, their
by the way, Yes Chef hat is okay.
Cocktail.
Don't have a Yes Chef shirt also. Hat on a hat. Joke on a joke.
All the jump cuts. Let's just watch for a minute with all those jump cuts.
Yeah, let me just relax and watch.
Yeah, absolutely not worth it. That tastes pretty much like any other shrimp I've ever had. Next up, their $30 chicken Caesar salad. The math is just not adding up here. $22 chicken tenders, and there's like 8 of them, and a $30 salad.
Someone wrote, "I want your money back."
The rest is just lettuce. What?
All right, we can jump out.
It's adorable.
Ooh, that was a quick jump out.
It's amazing where the word like it came from. The Valley Girl character, maybe in the 80s. I think Whoopi Goldberg did it. A lot of comics did it.
It's like,
so it's like totally. So like it's totally not worth it. And it's like this and that. So I counted 13 likes for Yes Chef.
I counted 13,000.
As Dennis Miller would say, the 80s are calling. Okay. And they want their catchphrase.
What do you got? What am I, Glico?
What am I? Yeah, don't even try to make it sophisticated. What am I? Vic Nanglake from the Detroit Lions, circa 1958. You know, he does come with that.
John Brockington,
from
the Packers.
Jesus Christ! So we got
one more
a food expense theme going. Okay, one more.
There's a theme. Yeah, I was just saying that Erewhon in LA is a big joke because all the influencers go there and all the models because it's so expensive. It's probably a really good store, but it's shockingly in this economy, especially so expensive, and everyone has to go there and be seen there to prove they're not poor. And then this guy's like, "Oh, I'm in the Hamptons. It's even worse." And I was like, that is worse.
Okay, I just had a flash in my head of your title. David Spade is fire.
What if I'm just
I didn't get a
fire emoji? Wait,
yeah, that's funny, a fire emoji.
Oh yeah, just be a symbol like Prince. Just be a fire emoji.
David Spade.
Okay, Heather has one. Heather's yelling one in.
I want to give a final after I hear your whole set.
Okay.
But since I know it'll be a little bit about
Yeah. My diary.
Because you say that a lot. Write it in your diary.
Oh, I go. When people go, when did we go out the first time? I said, I don't know. Check your diary.
Why don't you just do a straight up? I don't get. I tell you, I don't get no respect. Just take Rodney's thing. No, the kids won't.
No,
remember.
the best one for me would be get fucked. That's what I say the most.
With different like letters.
Hey, tune it in. David Spade, get fucked tonight at 8.
It is like that. So I went to a movie, and it's like 12 minutes of you getting fucked over by people in bad directions. The movie doesn't start.
Everything is me complaining.
There's a Coca-Cola on your head. Yeah. I don't mean to complain, but ...
Yeah. I was trying to think, is there a theme for all my jokes? But I don't know if there is. We'll talk about it again when it comes out. So we'll
wait.
revisit. But you want to do one more before we go? Let's do
one more just to tidy it up.
Just to clean it up. Then you can tell Gaff again.
Okay.
Oh, this is our cute one.
This is the German Coast Guard. What are you thinking about?
Stupid.
So it was
a doggy with a bunch of ducks on him.
It was an inflatable raft with a dog on it. Then all these ducks are also on it, and it's kind of halfway submerged. They're all looking around, and then the guy is doing like a German accent. We are sinking.
A voiceover going, "We're sinking, we're sinking." Obviously, because it looks like the boat's sinking, and the dog's head is going underwater. But he doesn't want to disrupt these cute ducks on him.
Yeah.
And then they add an extra joke. And go, what are you thinking about?
What are you thinking?
It sounds like they're saying thinking.
You're sinking and thinking at the same time, aren't you, little rascals on an inflatable device? you
it's
little,
not World War II.
You little upstarts. You're like you two generals. A periscope.
I'm also stinking.
Try to swim if you can.
Yeah. Oh, let's end on that 10 out of 10 joke.
Yeah, that was great. All right. Well, this is an action-packed episode, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're cooking dinner, jogging with headset on at the gym, or driving while you listen to this, and you don't feel burned.
Right. And we will also we thank Nate for coming on, and watch Dana this weekend, probably doing something again on SNL.
I will be on SNL tomorrow night doing Mr. Magoo had a baby with Tim Conway. We'll see what's going to happen. Maybe there'll be some ice cream flying around. I don't know. I'm not going to give nothing away.
All right. Love it. And we'll see you. You know what you should say about your ice cream?
What?
Maya goes, "Can I have a bite?" And you go, she goes, "This is mashed potatoes." You go, "Oh, that guy ripped me off."
I want some potatoes. Yeah.
You've been eating mashed potatoes the whole time. You're like, gross. It did taste a little flat.
Yeah. That's like,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye, Dana. Good to see you.
Bye.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey. Superfly is executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Jenna Weiss-Berman of Odyssey, Heather Santoro, and Greg Holtzman. Hope you liked it.